I'ma just work with this too. Um, guess I'll pick back up where I left off at. Me getting out. Big motherfucking mountain. Pick back up where I left off at. So I'm guessing I gotta try and figure out how to keep this shit organized. Cause I see I can't do it all in one take. It's too much. So I think this is four, or five. Fifth video. And I'm talking about just telling my story. This ain't it ain't nothing to do with all the other videos I got. It. The motherfuckers follow me. I keep catching them. So I started filming them. If I would have been filmed, oh my god. They was on me like white on rice in Minnesota. They was on me like white on rice in Fargo. They was fucking with me in Vegas. They was fucking with me in Denver. You know, it wasn't until I got off the boat where I am now. That I was able to even start this type of shit. But you know, I was like, all right, I'm gonna figure this shit out when I get a leg up. So my thing is to get my paper, but I started noticing how these motherfuckers was moving out here. So I recognized, and I was like, well, shit, man, these motherfuckers back on a nigga, man. I can't get no room to breathe. So I gotta start doing something now. So I just start sticking my camera in everybody's face and recording everything. And I can tell that they back a little bit, but they lingering. I feel it. But other than, you know, I got these videos, I got those videos, got the videos of the foods, like, you know what I'm saying? As soon as I put the camera on them, they're, you know, and they're, I don't think I filmed anybody yet that was innocent bystander type shit, because, you know, you stick camera in their face, you're like, fuck you doing, man? Hey, man, get your fucking camera out of my face. These motherfuckers, as soon as I in the camera, they're and they're running, ducking and hiding. I got video fools, you know what I'm saying? That was follow me, and you know I hit him with the woo wop de wham, and then I get back behind them. And then you know I got my camera out, I'm trying to film, and then other cars come speeding from behind me and cut in to cut off so they can block me filming. I got all them, but I want to make this one quick, man. All right, so I got out 2015 October, and I tried to, you know, I had the mind frame and the heart space of sharing the things that I learned, because I knew the credit thing was about to pop off. I learned all this. I learned the majority of it in prison. I sharpened it, and you know what I'm saying? Learned up to date information when I got out. So, you know, I was just trying to share the game. You know, but of course, wasn't nobody feeling me. I'm talking about this from the halfway house. So I leave it alone. I'm still just trying to tap in with the fam. And I noticed that still more of what I already knew. Like, man, these niggas be spinning on a nigga. Alright. So 8 months go by in there. I'm just working and stacking my paper. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I'm right around the corner from the fan. Nobody fucks with me. But nobody can say, like, we don't fuck with him because of woo 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 woo. No bad rep. I don't got no bad rep no matter where nowhere I go. It doesn't matter. St. Paul, North Side, South Side. That nigga Rich, Trey, Fetty P. Depending on what time frame you knew me, I don't switch names and shit because I be in shit. My nickname is Trey. My family gave me that. 3, my government name, I think it is Richard D. Young. And then, Fetty P, that was supposed to be my rap name, my first rap name. Because I thought I was going to do my thing. Went out to Cali and everything, signed a little deal. I thought I was on, and life takes over and prison sentences but my name's good everywhere. If I had a problem with somebody, I had a problem with somebody. And 9 times out of 10, motherfuckers is either like, damn, that's a tight one, P. We ain't gonna get in the middle of that one, man. Both y'all niggas is kind of right. Or it's, man, that nigga's a punk ass nigga. Motherfucker should have been did that. Woo, woo, woo. It's never, man, Trey, you bogus. Never, ever, ever. And I'm a smooth nigga. And I got chippers all the time. So, nigga got his old bag, own swag. Don't ask. You know what I'm saying? But they be spending. Because everybody knows. That's one of the main things that took time for me to put together is the fact that everybody knows. I didn't know. Everybody knows. They're either involved and they know, or they know and they're not after them. So they're like, oh, y'all not gonna fuck with me? Okay. Do what y'all do. If you've seen any of my other videos and damn, my main, what I'm trying to convey is that I believe the fucking Masons have been bumping off my family. That's why in my family there's like 20 deaths and they don't make sense. And when you ask, people get mad and you start getting followed. Your bank accounts get hacked. Your car gets tampered with. Their deaths are real suspicious. Their things just come up missing. Their wills never get spoke about. Their life insurances just get raped. Like punk ass niggas getting the check on the first, you fly then a motherfucker into the 5th when you're broke. Now you're back to being a bum. That's and they're doing this to their own family. Somehow, some way, in a way. But family is the first person that they're the ones that are supposed to say, hey, something's wrong. This isn't right. We want our own autopsy. We want to see this. We want that. Why did this go this way? Why? So on and so forth. But when your family is the one that's doing it to you, there's your silent killer. So from the halfway house that niggas was spending. So then I get out the halfway house. Remember I said they forced me to go back to St. Paul. So now I got to be on point. I know something's up. You're forcing me to go back to the shits. And I've already gotten out in a whole nother location. So, damn, the shit just be coming to me. Even while I do these videos, new things come to me. It just finally dawned on me how my ex, the one that plotted with my family to have me in this situation that I was with for 4 years in Florida, you took my home, cars, possessions, utilized the fact that I've been locked up before as a reason for why I should be locked up again, just because. Oh, no, it's because you took a whole bunch of shit and that was your plan on how you were going to keep it. Because I'm a felon. And when you're a felon, it don't matter what a motherfucker say. They're going to believe it. And whether or not the case sticks and you go to jail, but just the going in and having to sit and having to fight is enough to have you fucked up. How can you bubble up and do anything when that's your situation? And they can pull that trigger at any time. Just because. But it's dawning on me. I already know she was involved. I know that for a fact. Fuck, it was just in my fucking head. Bridget Linderborg. Dirty motherfucker, you. I just don't know if they got to you or if you were a plant. Because it just, now when you think about it, like they said, hindsight 2020 is awfully strange that I get out of prison talking all this good old credit talk, and then I run up a bag real quick. Within 4 months of me being out of the halfway house, when I was able to sit down and be at a computer and apply the things that I learned, I ran up a bag of $250,000 in 4 months. And all that did was bring more hate, more division. And my pops is seeing this shit. He knows it's real. He's crying and bitching and complaining about being in the area he's in. But man, his crib full of roaches. Dad, I got the game. I got the game. I'm gonna do this. Woo, 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 woo. Nah. But at the same time, still doing the things that. But he couldn't get the same results from the people that he went to, and he had to come to me. And then I fixed his credit. And I'm like, okay, well, say, hey, man, we'll leave that in the past. You said you didn't want it then, but now is now. I got you, daddy. Get you some paper. No, just fix it. Like everything that he hated that I had the game. And go to people, get the funding, and they can't get the funding. And the things that I did to your credit to make it look good, they fucked up. Trying to get you what I knew I could get you. But they couldn't do it. He hated it. So he got all these dings on his credit reports and shit from trying to get money going somewhere else because he didn't want to go through me. But he still had to come back to me. Weird shit, man. I know my ex, she, how you say, conspired with my family to have me in this situation. And she knew it for a minute, a while. I think the whole time we was together. It's the mannerisms that give it away. But that's right. That was the connection I was trying to make. It was awfully strange. I come back doing this good old credit shit after I run up this bag, and you see, I know I do what I do. I know what I know. Then this chick appears that lives in Florida. She knows a little bit about credit, but supposedly she has this, long network, whatever, whatever, and that turned out to be shit. Her hustle was crap, doing shit, working FES for $100 a sign up that you only got $12 off of, and I was charging 1,500 a pop, getting it, deposits, got the proof, bank statements, checks, cash. Well, not too much cash. But it was awfully strange. She pops up with that shit, and I was already on the verge of leaving, but I was leaving. Correction, I was leaving. I was trying to decide if I wanted to go to Vegas. Then, I'm not talking about when I did go to Vegas in 18, 19, and we're going to get up to that. But I was either gonna go to Vegas to get, to be around. I'm like, nigga, I ain't got nobody. Nigga, ain't nobody fucking with me. Pops don't fuck with me. Mom's dead. Everybody else is dead. Nigga, relatives, cousins, homies is dead. In some of their cases is fishy as fuck. I got a few homeboys like their shit is fishy as fuck, and you can tell their family is involved. Fuck man. But yeah, she I don't know if she was a plant or not, but I was on the verge, was leaving, just trying to decide, do I want to be closer, be around the brother that I connected with through Facebook that gave me a lot of game, but obviously along the lines, yes, you too were contacted and paid, but I was either gonna go out there or I was gonna go Cali. And the only reason I was really gonna go to Cali is because I'm like, okay, I ain't been out there since I was a shorty, but I've always loved Cali, and I want to get out of Minnesota. And she appeared right at the time when I'm ready to decide. My youngest son's mom had just came, like, give me my boy back. So I wasn't even gonna fight it. I wasn't gonna go through all that shit. I came home too late in the game, tried to get my son. He lived with me for a year, put him in a private school. You know what I mean? anything a dad would do, man. Put him in the best school or the best school that I could find for that time. Private school, private information. I don't know, but put him in there, and you know he had gotten used to me not being around, so he could get away with shit. But now you're with dad, can't get away with shit. And dad's a brand new man. I know responsibility. I know about handing out, the game, that really means something that will benefit you in life. And those are the things that I was giving him. In his mama's house, it was different, a lot different. So he wasn't digging the situation, cried, complained, all that type of shit, when I wasn't around. And, he could have did it when I was around. I would have listened, but I would have been able to correct some things. The error in his thinking, because you're still young, you still don't know. So, mama came and saved her little boy from Big Bad Dad. I had no clue what was up with my older son. He had already wrote me off, so it's like, what the fuck am I staying for? Pop, a pop's chick. That's what makes you feel like she was sent. Especially after I recognize another chick, for sure she was sent, Charmaine. So my dad's never plugged me with no bitch. My dad don't plug me with shit. Me and my dad don't kick it. He's my handler. My handler. But all of a sudden he wants to introduce me to some chick and tell her all about my credit business, blah blah blah. I fell for it. I just got out too. I wasn't turning down my collar or nothing. She was cool. She had this thing. She wanted to own a McDonald's. All right. She had kids. I had kids. I should have known though. So I had to stop disrespecting my game. Because I know once I know certain things about chicks, I already know what their mentality is. But I would discount it, like, okay, Shorty might be able to fit the bill. I could probably deprogram her. No. So I know she used to mess with this pimp nigga named Silk. Good old gorilla pimp. So he used some of them gorilla tactics on her. Sad part is when women come across gorilla pimps, it's fight or flight. For real, for real. Or submit totally. And when women have been infected by a man like that, when they come into your presence, you have to watch them because they will do anything to please their tormentor. They will set you up, sell you out, rob you blind. Don't fall for the trap. But I gave her a shot. I wasn't really worried about that part. I wasn't worried about nobody. But when you have that type of mentality, you've been infected from that. Even if you're not with the person that did it to you, you're going to carry that. So that's now what you do, who you are. But I ignored it, and it didn't happen. Did nothing happen. No, nothing that I could really, you know what I'm saying? Because I cut it off for other reasons and saved myself from other things. But my dad was swarming all over her. He was at her shit. He was at her crib more than I was. You know what I mean? Like, nah, this is a little too close to home. I feel like y'all spying. But back then, I didn't feel how I know now. You know what I'm saying? I was just on some, nigga, this nigga, man, I don't want him in my shit. But both of them were plans. Somehow, some way. Run my bag up. She pops out all of a sudden. I haven't heard of it being done. Pretty sure it can be. You know, maybe just the checks and balances ain't as strict or as strenuous as one might have believed. But she was like, "You want to come down here to Florida?" You say this to a man that's on parole in a state where I have no friends, no family, no support, no nothing here, but they are all here. That's the crazy part. And she knew it. How the fuck you gonna get me down there to Florida? I can't parole down there. You can only parole to states where you have family. If you're doing time in one state, they'll allow you when you get out to parole down there because family. And you were out of towner where you caught your case.